All right, here we are in Prescott Valley, round 11, and we're sitting down with the Tony Alessi. Before we get into the season, let's talk a little bit about preseason and how this all came to be. There was a ton of buzz around it. From your end, what kind of got the interest going and what ultimately led to MCR being at AMA Arenacross?
So we were having a training day at the Honda practice facility. Ryan Brees was there and Vince Freeze and Noah Viney, and we were preparing for World Supercross. Brees brought up the idea of, hey, could you, I really would like to ride this bike in Arenacross. And he was like, could you help us? And I thought, well, I'm sure we could come up with a plan, right? And then I'm driving home from the track going, well, wait a minute, why wouldn't I just bring the whole team there? You know, I looked at Brees' track record. He won 18 races the previous year. He was probably better than the Honda that ended up winning the race, which was Kyle Peters. And I thought, well, man, we probably could win with him. And then I thought, well, you know, Vince is probably a little better than Brees. So at the track here, you know, when we're riding practice days and World Supercross, it would be worth it to give it a try. So I pitched it to the team owner, and the team owner was like, let's do it.
Now, you touched on the similarity between Ryan and Vince. Ryan obviously was a title favorite last year, and then Vince, his riding style and reputation almost seems custom built for Arenacross. As a team manager, how has that role been for you, those guys battling on track and then coming back to the small pits of Arenacross?
Well, I mean, Ryan needed the most work, right? Because Ryan felt like he was coming to this series championship this year to win, and rightfully so. He was the best guy last year. He won 18 races. He was better than the Honda, right? So he came here thinking, I'm going to win this thing, right? And Vince was a little bit better. The dynamic wasn't the easiest, to be honest, because we have two guys that are capable of winning the race on any given night. And from my standpoint, I've always felt like I give the guys, you know, equal treatment, you know, no matter what. But I think in some cases, Ryan felt like maybe that Vince maybe got a little bit better treatment in some areas. I feel like from our side, we're giving them exactly the same level of support and backup.
Now, as far as the on-track racing goes, it's no secret there is aggression involved in Arenacross racing. Has there been kind of some talks as far as, hey, you guys can battle it out, but you know, we don't want a bike on the ground? How has that kind of been as far as the way you oversee how aggressive your riders get with one another?
I mean, typically our idea is with two riders that are aggressive and can win, right? It's like whoever's capable of winning that night, win the race, right? We do think that there will be some level of rubbing or contact. It comes with the territory. Just, you know, whichever rider has the best advantage that night to win, that rider should win.
Several people have said that Vince has almost found a home here at Arenacross. He's gotten several wins. He's in the driver's seat of this championship chase. From your perspective, how has Vince adjusted to the Arenacross racing? Is he enjoying it? You know, what does it look like behind the scenes for the 66?
So behind the scenes for Vince Freeze, I mean, obviously he's enjoying winning the races, right? He is able to bring his style of racing to the racetrack without punishment, right? I mean, he's an aggressive rider. He's here to win the races, and some of that is not acceptable at other racing series. The one thing area that we have to work on with Vince is that he is all about, you know, trying to be that number one guy, and he doesn't like any resistance around him, whether it's from any areas, right? We have to educate him on that a little bit because he's never been in this position before where he is a championship contending rider. So we have to work on him a little bit in that area to be more open to things that are kind of thrown at you, because there will be more things thrown at you when you're the guy at the top.
Now, you have experienced this sport at all levels and in a multitude of roles as well. As the championship starts to become within arm's reach, what does an AMA Arenacross title rank up against some of your other accomplishments in the sport?
Well, I mean, any kind of a championship is precious, right? I mean, if you can carry that number one plate, I mean, you get to make 75 of those number one plates and hand deliver them to people like Dunlop and to Showa and to the people that matter. And to have that number one plate with that rider's name on it and our team name on it displayed in their office, it means a lot. It doesn't matter if it's Arenacross, it doesn't matter if it's Loretta Lynn's or World Supercross or US Supercross Championship. They're on the same wall as the other ones, right? And so your name is next to Ryan Dungey or Ryan Villapoto.
Well, Tony, like we said, it's been an absolute pleasure having you and the entire team here this season. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys having me on.